Yeah, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here. Well, here's the survival situation. Currently, we're about 70 kilometers inland from the coast. We're in the rainforest, as you can see. This is a freshwater creek, and we're going to be looking for food here. So you might have just seen something flash off there in the distance. That was a large freshwater eel. Okay, so how did I know there were any eels in here? Well, this is the trick. If you've got no bait and you're looking for food, one way, and you think that this river, the river that you're in, might lead to the sea somewhere, there's a good chance that there might be some eels in there. So the way to attract them out is to move around on the bottom, stir up the bottom a bit, turn over some rocks, because what you're going to do by doing that is you're crushing small invertebrates, basically small crustaceans. They release basically their guts into the water, and these are chemical cues for the eels. Now, freshwater eels, have an excellent sense of smell. And if there's any freshwater eels in that body of water, they're going to come out looking. If you do happen to have some bait with you or some rotting meat or anything like that, the eels will also be lured out with that, if there happens to be eels there, of course. And you can tie a bit of string, something like that. The eel will swallow it, and you'll be able to catch your eel. Okay, the other thing that the freshwater eel will tell you about the creek or river that you're in is that the water's going to be pretty clean and pollution-free. Eels like to live in pollution-free waters. They also like slow-flowing, quiet streams such as this. So that's going to tell you too that the water here is going to be pretty safe to drink. Of course, if you've got the facilities to boil it, I'd always boil the water. But if you don't, you're probably going to be pretty okay drinking this water. Now, the camera I'm using here, it's got a pretty wide-angle lens on it, so it makes the water look deeper than what it is, but it's quite shallow water. Now, if you were trying to catch this, an eel such as this, these things are really slippery, by the way. And I should say that unlike their marine cousins, the moray eels, or not really their cousins, but marine eels, such as moray eels, those things have really big, sharp, needle-like teeth. These things have very small teeth. They're adapted for crushing their prey, as I said, eating crustaceans, yabbies, crayfish, that sort of thing, small shrimp. They will take fish. They're opportunistic predators. They'll take small ducklings from the surface if they're there. So there's all sorts of bait you can use. But as I said, if you don't have any bait, one way you can lure these things out is simply by disturbing the bottom of the creek bed. And because they're curious creatures and they don't have anything to fear, this is not a tame animal. This just does not have anything to fear from you, and it's looking around, investigating where those smells have come from in the water. You could then, in this case here, this is a sandy bottom. You could build a bit of a fish trap here and lure the eel into the fish trap to enable you to bring it into much more shallower waters trying to catch this thing. And the other thing too is bring it into shallower water and have some sort of a club ready to bang it on their head. Now, we're not going to do that here, obviously, because I've got food with me. There's no need to kill this animal.